Der Vietnamkrieg war die längste Konflikt der 20. Jahrhunderte. The Vietnam War was the longest lasting conflict of the 20th century. Mit dem brachten zum ersten Mal die Medien einer Kriege in den Wohnzimmer. But then, for the first time, the media needed the actual staying dormitory throughout the war, as the media should have to be the part of the incident by following them. So they were in need of, those media staff members were in need of having at least a cocoon or a constant staying ground for them to secure their presence on the battle lines, right? Das hatte Folge. Seine Bilder haben sich tiefer in der Gedächtnis eingebrannt. This had consequences. What are those? The actual pictures have already been engraved in our memory, in the memory with such a distinction. Der flächendeckende Abwürfe von Napalmbomben, das nackte Mädchen, das schreiende vor einer Feuerwolke flieht. That includes the actual explosion covering up the entire floor coming from the bomb action. And the one running naked female child. And the crying, sharp sound coming from the fire cloud that flow at the time. Am 1. Mai 1975 ging dieser Krieg zu Ende. On May 1st, 1975, this war finally got ended. Für die meisten Amerikaner war damals Vietnam weltweit weg. Für sie war klar, diese Kriege würden sie gewinnen. Es würde kürzer sein, bezahlbar, ohne große menschliche Verluste. Sie sollte sich ehren. For many Americans, the Vietnam War was done ever since then. So it was actually off for them. No one actually, had any moment to think about because that had been done. And for them, it was really clear this war could have been actually fought in a better way to lead their winning, or it could be much shorter and it would be much affordable without this much great lost by fatalities. But they could be really wrong by making this assumption in retrospect. Denn Vietnamesen war gemein, dass sie sich nach Unabhängigkeit sehnten. The actual Vietnamese, as a whole population and society, were very coalesced to one another through the idea of the common passion for their independence, for which they had fought. Doch nach dem Sieg über den französischen Kolonialmacht fand sich das vietnamesische Volk schon bald gespalten. However, the victory against the French colonial power already actually left the whole society very much divided by separating and splitting the Vietnamese people from one another immediately after their success and victory against the French. Auf der einen Seite kämpfte die südvietnamesische Armee gemeinsam mit den Amerikanern, auf der anderen Seite die Guerilla, eine Bruderkriege. On the one side, the Southern Vietnamese army together fought with the Americans. The other side, there was a group of guerrilla who've been actually waging such a war against the American. One fractious side, the brotherly war, pitting one side against another. Die Geschichte dieser Kriege erzählte aus der Sicht der, die ihn erlebten, die immer gekämpfte unter die Oberin behittet haben. The history of this war speaks from different sides and a side which had been experienced by them. And who actually fought in this fight, and who already had reported on this event. The US American GIs, the military soldiers, and the Vietnamese resistant fighters as rebels, and media representatives and anti-war activists. They're all different facades would actually report on the issue, because the war, anyway, part of this war at the time